We could have homes on separate coasts, go dive in Greece with squids. Could have been so bleeping rich, but instead we had kids. They won't smile for a photo, they won't eat the food we choose. That's why we're heading to the parents' lounge to drown ourselves in booze. Every day we're more exhausted, we haven't slept in years. They hit me in the nuts so bad, my eyes filled up with tears. And yes, we'd like to fake our death and go off of the grids, but the truth is we are softies and we truly love our kids. So join us every Tuesday night to laugh at all our pain. Evening in the parents' lounge is the cure to staying sane. Welcome to another edition of the Parents' Lounge, January 31st, 2023, I believe. I don't know, days.
I stopped keeping track after 85.
Yeah, once kids are born, it really, it's just what day of the week it is for school. That's really all that counts.
Was that because after the 85 Bears won the Super Bowl, there was nothing left to count for?
No, it's when they canceled He-Man.
Oh, okay. Cool. Same difference.
I would have gone with the 85 Bears, but what do I know?
You.
Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you are, we appreciate you coming by. We are, of course, the parenting oasis in a world of pain. So sit back. I hope you brought a drink. We'll have a couple laughs. I'm Jamie Kaler, joined as always by Jason Gowan and Kate Mulligan. And we have a fantastic show tonight, gang.
Kate, you look fancy today.
That was a weird. Boy, he got caught off guard. We had a flow going of like.
My God, Mulligan, you're stunning today.
And all of a sudden, Jason.
Can I tell you? I think that what may be happening is I'm the only one of the three of us not poised to tell a ghost story. Like you all are like, it was a dark and stormy night.
The ocean was angry that day, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff to be. I love that we were just kind of like, hey, how's everybody doing? And Jason was like, man, you look really good, Kate.
You don't look homeless today.
You...
I actually do look a little homeless. But no, Jason, I think you're probably just responding to the fact that my hair is curled. Is that all it is? Is that all it takes? It's just a little twist?
Oh, at this?
Honestly, Mulligan, there have been weeks where you put forth so little effort that maybe that is it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is from, I actually, when I host SEN in the mornings, I do, you'll know if I hosted SEN that day, if I look good or not by that evening. Yeah.
Wait,
and
so you all dialed up for your other show, but not this one?
Yeah.
It's that one's my job.
This is your parenting show where we try to show people how horrible.
Real it is.
She keeps it real.
That one time.
It's not so real. She doesn't put lipstick on. There's lipstick on. So don't.
There's always lipstick, honey.
There's always lipstick.
There's always lipstick.
Listen, our guest is here, so enough pleasantries about the three of us. Let's get into the week that is, because my wife's out of town. First and foremost,
when is she not?
I really have a wife. We're married. I have a wife. She lives in Canada. We don't see each other. No, she's on the road. And truth be told, Claire just lost a tooth. I know.
Today?
Did you set an alarm for yourself?
The wife's on the road, so I can't. I'm afraid they're like in the other side of the house.
Is this the first one for Claire?
No. She's lost a couple. She's missing both front teeth, but
she's almost 8.
So the tooth fairy's got to show up tonight, and I don't know the tooth fairy well. My wife knows the tooth fairy very well. Okay. In the division of labor, I have I'm not privy to some of their talkings between the
so she's the tooth fairy union rep for your house?
She is. She's the on-site coordinator for all things. I think I'm saying this the best that I can while children are in the house. And
do you need to set an alarm for yourself, maybe?
it's not just that.
It's not just remembering. Okay.
Well, no, because I don't know if you watched Zodiac, the movie, which I watched recently, but a big part of it was about handwriting samples.
Okay.
And whether samples
I was like, a lot of it was about the basement and which house.
There was a basement, and a guy kept
film.
film, and Charles Fleischer's down
Is
there.
your tooth fairy writing letters?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. So
No!
yes.
Who started?
I've got the guess. We have the ghetto Scranton.
There have been
Scranton
things.
tooth fairy.
Listen, let's do this. Let's bring our wonderful guest in. We are lucky enough. This is how Hollywood meets. Our kids play on a soccer team together. And we both just joined. So I've talked many weeks about Claire joining a club. One of her best friends from her former teams, Olivia, joined the team with Claire. It's been an amazing kind of little learning curve for them and for parents as well. But Olivia's mom is going to do our show tonight. Now she's
more than just Olivia's mom.
She's just not Olivia's mom.
I'm queuing you up.
She has a very big podcast called Redesigning Life. You will know her as of course, I'm a huge HGTV fan. You know, I watch all those shows. I'm not a builder, guys. I wish I was, but she has she's an HTV. She's gonna smash me. She's already told me. She goes, don't give me some dick intro. Don't do it. Don't be a jerk about this.
And that was permission.
A lot of people will know her from the High Low Project on HGTV, and she has a big CBS show coming. Season 2 is this summer called Secret Celebrity Renovation, and we'll hear all about that. Our guest tonight is Sabrina Soto. So Sabrina, I'm so sorry.
That was so bad.
I know.
So bad.
Listen,
honestly, Sabrina, though, it was one of his better ones.
I was gonna say that, Jason. It was honestly, I'm way worse typically way worse.
I wish that you would have brought me in and then did the intro so you could see my face while you were talking about me.
I don't. No, I'm not great with eye contact. No, I'm on the edge of the spectrum. I don't like eye contact whatsoever.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Sabrina.
Hello.
Sabrina, I'm just not even gonna let anyone talk to you because A, you're the hottest, and B, what is your situation behind you?
Wow.
Talk me through what room of your house we are in.
So I'm in my garage.
Oh, this garage has A, great lighting, and B, great accoutrement. Like
this is like my design area, and then I have my like kitchen area here.
What?
Yeah. So I could just make stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's my garage.
Were you always handy, like prior to the kids? You were.
Yeah, I was always handy. I always loved to do stuff, but I found the HGTV job on Craigslist.
Stop it now.
Yes, that's a true story. I know.
So what did the ad say? Was it right under like let's shoot nude photos, and then
that's
right under
that's
was
what the ad said.
HGTV.
Was it better than Jamie going like, I watch those shows?
Listen, here's the deal. This is why I love having you on, because I'm so intrigued. I've watched guys build a cabin in Maine. That's kind of in my wheelhouse, being from New Hampshire. But a lot of stuff about the house, like I hear it from my wife when she's like, we have a million things to do, and all she can think of is to change the fireplace. She's like, we got to change that fireplace. I go,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's exactly it.
Yes, you do. I haven't even been there, but you have to change the fireplace.
Yeah, you already know.
Happy wife, happy life.
Wait, you answered an ad in Craigslist and you got a show on HGTV?
And it didn't say that it was for HGTV. It's kind of a long story, but I couldn't sleep, and I was like, oh, I want to be back on television. And I thought, like, I should go on Craigslist. Like, what?
That's where all television jobs are.
It's a natural jump, sure.
Well, I didn't have an agent at the time, and this was 2006, and there was an ad, and they said they were looking for a designer that had TV experience. And I'd done hosting jobs, and I'd done like staging and design. So I was like, what the hell? And then 16 weeks later, I was on set filming my first show.
That's crazy.
Wild.
I know.
But you also know that that's not normal.
No, that's not normal.
Yeah, no, but my life has been like that always.
See, but there's sometimes people are like, yeah, and then 16 weeks later, I was like, they don't give it due credit. Like, and I know that that's exceptional. I know that that's like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I did a similar thing where I answered an ad in the Penny Reader, and then this guy wanted to shoot a show, and I went all the way out to Barstow, and he buried me alive, and
exactly
weird. And then I luckily I dug myself out and made my way back, but it didn't.
Mine happened through YouTube. The casting agent came through YouTube and found me.
Really?
You're not joking, actually.
I'm really not joking. That's really how it was.
See?
Oh my God.
You're a magnet, Jason.
I'm something.
So what happened? You shoot. You all of a sudden you're on set going. What was the premise? You're just like
I had no business being on set. Like I really had no business having that show, and they kept calling me an expert. And my mom would call, when she watched the show air, she was like, "They're calling you an expert, but they forgot to put the quotes around the expert part." Like, thanks. Yeah, you
say that like other people, like Mike Rowe is an expert at dirty jobs. Like Mike Rowe, no, you're perfect for that. That's
you're
great.
just charismatic and easy to look at, and can listen. It's basically I have to hit on you for all of us because they
Kate's
can't.
gonna fawn all over you for the next hour, by the way.
Tell all of your single friends.
Are you
I'm
single?
just gonna apologize for her ahead of time because she says a lot of things.
Oh my God, I am gagged for real. There's no way with that jawline you're single.
You're so sweet.
Mulligan, tone it down.
Tone it down,
honestly,
Mulligan. Good
all
gosh.
I'm just whatever.
Jamie, you never talk like this when we're in the soccer field.
No, I tweeted.
Wait, Sabrina, I need to know what's coaching coach soccer Jamie Kaler like?
Oh God, he is intense. He's like really intense. As a matter of fact, the last game we were at, he had to like take so many steps that he sent us his pedometer because he was freaking out. Not Claire, not his wife, not Kate. He was freaking out.
It's hard to watch, isn't it? Hard to watch your kids. It's hard to watch them.
No, it's hard to watch your kids.
And I was worried she wasn't going to be funny. Okay, I see. All right, gloves are off. Okay.
What a weird thing to be worried about. Also, what a weird thing to admit that you were worried about.
My kids?
Yeah. No. Like, I was worried she wasn't going to
pedometer, but not just to me, you guys. He sent the pedometer to the entire team parents. Like he needed to share, like we were some sort of group, like support group for him.
Honestly, that's pretty on brand.
Wait, you're not a support group? I'm so confused. Everyone in my universe is a support group for me. I'm so confused.
No, we are.
Sabrina, if you want to see some actual fireworks, have somebody smoke near the soccer field. If you want to actually see somebody's brain explode.
Wow, really?
He will.
What the?
What would he? No, because my mom smokes,
call
so
them
I
a
can
litter.
invite her.
Yeah, he will call them a litter bug as if he's cussing them out. He's like, "You, ma'am, you, sir, are a litter bug."
I did. We were at Niagara Falls, arguably one of the most beautiful places on earth, and I watched this guy take his cigarette, take one last drag, and then flick it by Niagara Falls, and I was like, dude. Actually, I said, dude, you're better than that. And he was like, he had no idea.
Jason and I walk up on it. And we're like,
what do you say to you?
To kind of preface it, the man was wearing a pink poncho. From the angle we were at, it looked like he was yelling at a small child.
I told him to pick it up. I said, that's not cool, man. You're a litter bug. Pick that up.
Did he pick it up?
He did not pick it up. He was good. He leaned over to pick it up, and I think something halfway through.
And then he was like, "Oh."
He shot me. I got shot in the leg that day.
Yeah, then he shot you.
All right, Sabrina, redesigning life. For the love of God, can you redesign my life? And
honestly, I could use some help.
Actually, Jason could use way more help than any of us.
Really, Jason?
I have twin 3-year-olds. And
a 6-year-old or 7?
7. He's 7.
Wow.
And a wife with cardiomyopathy. So
she can't drive. She had a stroke when she gave birth. I'm sorry. Is there anything else I'm forgetting about the nightmare that's happening?
I can't currently feel my arms.
So is there like a carpet swatch you could recommend?
So can you just
Decorator's white from Benjamin Moore is a wonderful white color, just to brighten up your living room, maybe.
couple sconces, the whole thing should fall right into place. I feel like.
I can help.
I guess what I'm really asking is, what should I do with this space here?
Nothing that a set of cordless blinds can't
Are
fix.
Those two lazy boys next to each other?
They're movie theater couches.
Cool.
That's the way my wife would say, cool. Here's what's really crazy.
They're super comfy. Don't throw
his wife let him keep
like
that.
You.
Like,
oh, sorry, Jason.
My wife threw out all of my stuff when we got married. She goes, this is gone. All of it gone.
Yeah, I'm starting. Oh, you know what? Sorry, Jason. My therapist told me I should ask. Do you just want me to listen or do you want advice?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, she's good. Okay. All right. I see what's happening. Okay.
Well,
right.
so I see that
this is why she should have had that job. Because
in first 30 seconds, they were like, somebody give this girl a show, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, she kind of deserves the Jamie Killer now. I see where we're going.
She has one child, and she's a beautiful, sweet little girl who's fantastic.
I'm so blessed. I know.
Are.
I can't like bitch because Olivia's made my life a lot, like pretty easy. She's a good kid.
And Sabrina, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but do you consider yourself a single parent, or are you co-parenting, or are you?
Her dad and I get along really well, thank God.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So yes, it is great.
It's a big family. Everybody's there, which is kind of cool. I love it.
That's
Everyone's
awesome.
very cool about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we get along, and I travel for this job. So Steve's, we kind of juggle it all together.
Right. Oh, that's great. Because I was going to say, that's definitely, like, speaking of organization, I do feel like a lot of times parents there's custody or whatever like that, there's like a whole other level of organization that's required.
I've seen such nightmares. I literally, like, thank God. Like, that's good for anybody who wants to date me. Like, I get along with my ex.
Yes.
Everybody's cool until you get married, and then it all falls apart.
Why? What happens?
Jamie.
Truth happens.
Truth.
Jamie. Okay.
Here, listen. Here's the one.
Could you just ask the question her therapist wanted you to ask, which is, would you like me to listen, or would you like me to give you some dark news?
Listen, I already know the dark news. I wish I didn't. I know the dark. No, listen, everything's great. But here's what I will say is that, like, my wife's out of town this week, and it happens the same way when I'm out of town, is that it's calmer because there's one less. Like, there's no two presidents of Disney. Disney doesn't have two CEOs. They have one. Because can you imagine two CEOs for one corporation, and one's like, well, I think we should put them to bed, and the other one's like, well, I thought we'd make chocolate chip cookies at 8:30 at night. It's just hard. It's really hard with two people trying to guide two lives.
Yeah, but you're both in the front seat. Like, let somebody drive once in a while, and the other person's in the passenger seat.
Well, that's a recipe for disaster.
I couldn't agree more. I'm so with you. So here's a running joke that I have. Here's how I parent. Hey, you kids, stop that. Here's how my wife parents. Hey, are you going to let them do that? That's how wives. I can't be alone in that.
Yeah, no, that's no.
Like my wife the other day, Hannah had a bee sting on her thumb. It's not a 2-person job. I'm like, I was in the middle of something else. I came in, I offered, like sympathy to go, oh my gosh, are you okay?
You were about to say condolences.
I was about to offer condolences. And I was like, oh, that's.
Did you see my girl on it?
She didn't go into anaphylactic shock, but she's been stung numerous times. And my wife is still like, get the car running. We're going to the hospital. I go, it's a bee sting. She's going to be fine. She's screaming bloody murder. My mother always put baking soda on. And I also have
garlic.
Wait, for
or mustard.
I missed that Redesigning Life.
Yeah, mustard's another one.
Garlic. So I brought the baking soda in, and my wife was like, what? That's stupid. We're not using bit. And I was like, I'm out. And then I left, and then she's like, that's it? That's all you're going to do? You're not going to help? I go, hey, it's a 1-person job, dude. It's like when there's like feedings as babies, and they go, well, I stayed up all night as moral support. I don't understand that logic. My logic is either I'll do it or you do it, but there's no reason for both of us to be here doing this.
Yes.
But you saw me pace the sidelines, so I'm crazy. What do I know?
You're just passionate.
Yes.
I am passionate. You know what? I'm gonna take that. That's the nicest thing anyone
Jason,
said to me on the show so far.
Jason,
Yes?
leave it inside your head. Leave it inside your head. It's okay.
I'm just worried she
out.
was confusing passionate with bitter.
Oh,
I'm not bitter. I'm actually super happy. But to be a comic, you have to bring up horrible things to then make them funny. Because nobody's like, hey, I had a great day. That's not funny.
That's true.
It's tragedy plus time. You have to show them the pain you went through, even though.
Don't bring your math around these parts, Kayla.
Listen, let me get the whiteboard out. I'll show you some.
I have to say, I'm actually so relieved Sabrina's here because I feel like Kaylor does this thing all the time when he'll be like, wives are like forgetting that I happen to be one, and I like very much bristle at every. I'm like,
you're barely one. You're barely a
you
wife.
walk a line, Mulligan, for sure.
Mulligan, you're a dude.
That's not true. I don't even. That's not true. She's a wife.
I just feel
Pretty
like
true.
I just feel like
Actually,
Sabrina,
if you heard Kate's Christmas, what happened to her at Christmas, it was not good.
What happened?
Sabrina, how long do you feel like a stomach bug should last?
24 hours.
Thank you. That's
not
a very
24
reasonable
days
amount.
Who had a 24? Like who are we talking about?
Listen, it's my son Neil. Who
Is it still going
actually
on?
both of the boys had a stomach bug for 10 days. 10. And that by like day 7, you're getting stool samples for the docs. So
are they okay now?
Well, yes, it's a much longer story, but yes, seemingly then he got whatever. It's a long story. It's a much longer story. It's not that interesting. Listen, there's no tragedy plus time. Okay.
When I was a kid, When I was a kid, I used to pretend I was stomachache because I didn't want to go to CCD. And then next thing I know, I was like in a doctor's office getting an enema and I was screaming, I just didn't want to go to CCD. And they were like, okay, sure. Like sticking this up my butthole.
It's so funny because at CCD, the same thing was going to happen to you.
Yeah. I never thought about the enema treatment to go like when my daughter's sick next time, she goes, oh, I don't think I should go to school. I go, perfect. Let's get the enema out.
No, please don't do that. I'm 46 years old. I'm still scarred.
You're still scarred from it.
Still.
Hey, I talk about redesigning life. So you do a podcast where how does it work? How do you break it down each episode? Do you redesign people's lives?
No, but so it was a passion project of mine. I obviously have known, people know me as an interior designer, but I really am into manifestation, law of attraction, new thought. And so I thought I'd try this podcast, and I do it out of my garage, and it just became a lot of people listen to it, which I was shocked. I'm still shocked that people listen to it, but I have new thought teachers come in, but I also have other designers come in, but we don't talk about design. We talk about, difficult things that have happened in their lives and just big transitions. And every episode is a different sort of topic on how to redesign your life.
Okay. That's perfect.
We've got 3 separate episodes.
Who's going first?
Right here.
It's also because I tell a lot of most people don't know, I was actually homeless when I was 17 years old. And so it's very ironic that I now create beautiful homes for people. So I've been through it all. I'm divorced. I was engaged. I would call it that, that broke up. I've been through so much shit in my life, and I'm not afraid to share all the shit so that, other people can sort of take not nuggets of shit, but nuggets of my journey to help them.
I just want to say, I do feel like divorced and had an engagement, broke up, definitely doesn't follow was homeless. Okay. You lead with those, and you was homeless at 17. That is massive.
Yeah, it's massive.
For how long?
So we were evicted from our house, which was this absolutely beautiful house, but we stopped paying. My parents went through a divorce and we sort of lost everything. And the bank came and evicted us out of the house. So we absolutely had nowhere to go.
Oh my God.
So I ended up having to move, and I stayed on a couch with my cousin, and I got a job at the Harley Davidson Cafe in New York City, making $6 an hour. And I only had one outfit. I would wear it every single day until I got my first paycheck. But yeah, it was crazy.
And that went on for the whole year.
That went on. I think I was there for like 10 months on the couch.
Wow. And then what was the next step after that?
I just kind of like, I've been a worker since I was 14. Like when I was 14, I got a special permit. Back then they gave them for if you're like young and you wanted to work. So I worked at this like modeling agency. I think it was like, I don't even want to say the name, but it was one of those that was like a total sham.
Oh,
that they used to like do those radio station commercials.
Yeah. Yes.
Remember those?
Yes.
So I would answer the phone, give everybody the information. Then I'd go to this like event they would get at a hotel, and I would be able to tell who really just could not afford this bullshit modeling school. And I would like whisper in the mom's ears, like, get out of here. It's a sham. Yeah. Like it was, I mean.
Oh, I love you.
No, I did.
Straight up savage. Yeah.
Would they believe you, or were they like, no?
Oh, no,
really
yeah. I would be like, I work here. Like, go home.
Oh.
Do not. But that was my first job. And then I worked at Hot Dog on a Stick, the lemonade and the
Yes. So funny.
Oh my
God. And look at me now, kids.
Look.
American dream at work right there.
Funny because I sometimes think people like, oh, I'm trying to make it the best path for my kids to be successful. But so many people I know who are super successful also had tough times as a kid. Yeah. So I wonder sometimes if I'm coddling my children and I'm spoiling them beyond belief, because you were obviously motivated. I kind of was like that as a kid too. I wasn't homeless, but I just remember working. I don't think kids want to work anymore. Like when I was 14, I couldn't wait to get a job.
Yeah, I think you're kind of right. I mean, I don't know. We don't have teenagers yet, but I did have a work ethic. Really, even I remember trying to like sell kumquats in my neighborhood, and I would tell everybody they were mini pumpkins. Like what? I know people bought them, but I think they were just like, what a fucking freak. But I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Obviously, don't. But I think that we don't need to have hard times to become successful humans, because also the reasons why I am successful are like the dark parts that keep me from having a good relationship, or like being able to be present because I'm constantly worried about, writing everything or crossing off my to-do list. So that's also like or the reason why I'm in therapy,
It's funny because I do feel like I don't think there's like a law of the land. I think like, yes, people that have suffered can absolutely be successful, but I don't think you have to suffer in order to be successful. I think there are plenty of people that like, I do think there's certain things, like I do think that like comedy, for example, a little bit of hardship here or there, or like kids that picked on you or whatever, definitely helps.
There's not a lot of people in comedy who didn't have some
yes.
Travails along the way.
But I don't know, like you could be a banker if your dad was a banker. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you don't have to suffer. But
no, I have a question. Since you guys all have multiple children and I only have Olivia, can you tell just in your own kids the different level of work ethic they have, like motivation?
Without question.
Without question.
Okay, so that has nothing to do with the way that you're raising them.
Absolutely right.
Yep. That's right.
So our twins were identical, and their egg split, and they were literally the same cells at one point, and they could not be more different as human beings.
It's weird.
How? I need to know how this happens.
I know.
It's mind blowing. I mean, I know it's science, but it's just crazy to me that you're twins. They're like one cell. They should be the same attitude.
In theory, they should be literally the same, but they are not at all.
Sabrina, I have a question. You said 3 things at the top about your podcast that you do to change someone's life. Somebody else help me out. You said at the very top, oh, we do these 3 things. We go.
Oh, like the new thought,
yes,
law of attraction, and
Can we go through those? Because I'm so intrigued. What is new thought?
So it's okay. So it's the reason why I have this job. I remember when you asked me the whole Craigslist, and I said it's a long story. I'd watched this documentary back before it was like popular. It's called The Secret. We all know what it is now.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay, so back in 2006, it wasn't on Oprah. It wasn't even a book. You could pay $4.95 to like watch it on your computer. And I watched that, and that the next day is when I found that Craigslist job. So it allowed me, because I came from nothing. it allowed me the opportunity to see the world in a different way. Like, I didn't have an agent, but that wasn't going to stop me. Whereas before watching that, I was like, I don't have an agent. I don't know anyone in the business. Nobody even knows that I'm alive. And something about that documentary changed the way that I think. And I still use those principles to this day. I mean, there's no reason why some shit happens to me other than me being a magnet to those things, because it just happens that way.
Yeah. You're just open to, like, you're open to receiving it. Is that what, like, when people say, like, oh, I manifested it? Is that what? Okay. So do you have a vision board? Are we resting on your vision? Oh, there it is. You guys, I saw myself. She wanted to meet me.
She's got a vision pamphlet.
So I updated it, but I'm such a weirdo. Like, I print 3 copies and I have one on my shower wall.
Love it.
So when I'm taking a shower, I'm like looking at it. I have one here in my office and I have one in my kitchen.
Is the one in the shower in like a sleeve?
Yeah, it's in one of those, like, you know, in the store where it's like the open and close, like, plastic thing with the suction cups?
Yes.
I have it in that.
Mulligan, have you done this?
No, but I should, because boy, am I
It's going to change your life.
Yeah.
It's going to change your life. Wait, I have a story. Okay, so on my vision board is a private jet, okay? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know anybody with a private jet. I can't afford even, like, not happening. It's just not happening. But that's okay. It's on my vision board and it's going to happen some way. I went to Hawaii back in December and for my first trip by myself. And when I got to Honolulu, I had to take another flight, and it was my own private plane by myself. I was the only person with the pilot and the co-pilot on my way to Lanai. And I took a picture, weirdly, this woman saw me all excited. She took a picture of me in front of the plane, and it was almost the exact same picture that's on my vision board.
Narcolepsy says, I believe in the power of the mind. If we tell our minds specifically what we want, we put ourselves on the path. Wow, Narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is one of our best joke writers. Every week, 25, 30, just pounding jokes. But a sincere, you're bringing out some sincerity from some of our fans.
He's got layers, Kaylor. Don't give him shit.
Oh, yeah. He's an onion.
Dave says that there's a key missing out that they didn't share in the book or video. Dave, I mean, you can't start saying something like that and not give us the information. That's a tease, Dave.
Can I ask about the vision board? Can you put like, I really, really want a Volvo.
Put it on there.
Really? It's not like too greedy.
No, why would that be greedy? It's just it's a car that you want, and if you drive around, shouldn't you be happy?
I just didn't know if it was like you're supposed to be like, I want world peace. So put a picture of the peace. Like, I didn't know what we're supposed to be wishing for.
I've never done a vision board. Jason, have you done a vision board?
I have not.
You guys, we should all get together and like do a little vision board party.
We really should.
Listen, I'm all for vision boards. I did set goals. Like, I remember when I first moved to Hollywood, and I was trying to book I'm going to book a national commercial. I'm going to get an agent or whatever, and then I'm going to book a guest star. Then I'm going to book a series regular. And
so he went to Craigslist.
Each year I went to Craigslist, and that's how I ended up in Barstow. And that didn't go well as well. But I haven't done a vision board per se. But maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for a vision board.
I'll try it if Jamie tries it.
My whole vision board would just be me, like, in a coffin napping. Like, that would be it.
No, do not put that on there. Do not put a coffin. No.
Wait, hold on. Are there rules to this?
Yeah, don't put yourself dying
on your vision board.
I didn't say I said I was napping. I said I was napping. I'm not dead.
Then put yourself in a bed napping.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Like, maybe put a hammock.
Is this like one of those like genie
from an old
movies?
bit. I used to do a bit where I go, I said, I have kids. I know I have kids because the other night I was watching a vampire film and I didn't get scared at all, but I thought the coffin looked really comfortable. It's covered in satin. It's got a little lid, very quiet. It's on my album. So I was not, Kate gives me grief every week. She goes, you bring up your death literally every week of the show.
Yes.
Oh, Dave, Dave, who is Dave? Is he like
He's a paranormal.
He's just some random nut that came.
He's got like 13 kids. He lives in Minnesota.
He's actually how Jamie and I met.
That's actually true. He's a really good friend. I did.
Dave, you're amazing.
It's
true.
Okay, so wait. Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy, and they cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. Dave
By the
Schrader.
way, Bruce Lee, not funny. Great fighter, not funny whatsoever.
That's
every comic you have to. It's self-deprecating humor. I actually find it's the opposite for me, because when I self-deprecate, it makes me actually feel better about myself. But
same.
Yeah.
Same.
When I talk bad about Jamie, it also makes me feel better about myself.
And honestly, it doesn't hurt me whatsoever. I'm impermeable to being hurt at this point.
That's not true, Jamie. I think you're actually really sensitive.
I am. I tell my wife all the time. I go, I'm way more emotional than my wife. We'll have a fight, and I'll be like, I'll be tearing up and crying for days, and she'll have a fight, and then seconds later be like, okay, so we go into the park. You're like, dude, do you not remember the blowout we just had? What are you doing?
But that's why you guys do well together, because you have to have that yin and yang.
Yeah, if you both were crying all the time,
weird.
You would be lesbians.
Wow.
We'll sit and watch a movie.
To anybody listening to this show that was offended by Kate Mulligan's
anybody.
Stephanie Hansen, are you here?
Scroll.
Tell me that's not true.
Let's scroll. So, all right. So one was a new truth. New truth.
What? Oh, new thoughts.
New thoughts. So
I thought you were saying nude, and I'm like, what?
I also heard nude, and I was like, the way he has twisted her words.
I gotta tell you, I'm getting to a certain age. I lost a couple pounds. I'm fine with nude. I think I'm gonna be the guy. I might be Speedo guy soon. I'm really pondering it.
Please don't.
Oh, it's gonna be tight. Banana hammock. Probably leopard skin. I'm bringing it. I am bringing it.
You need the Borat bathing suit, Kaylor.
Oh.
Yeah, over the shoulders.
Gold. I feel like between takes, he definitely fell out of that suit. There's no two ways about that.
No, I'm sure what double stick tape.
What's the next thing on the list? Wait, what?
I just really want to know if she's seen you in person in dry January to see how skinny you are.
No, I don't.
Wait, you're doing dry January?
Well,
that ship set sail.
Semi, but I am.
Yeah, wait, you're drinking wine right now.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm drinking wine. Here's what I'm doing. I'm intermittent fasting. I'm eating super healthy. I'm not eating crazy. I've lost 15 pounds since the first.
What?
I lost 15 pounds.
Doesn't it make you so
Look at those ravishing cheekbones he's got now.
I know. He's got Sabrina cheekbones.
Because you're doing intermittent fasting?
Intermittent fat. Well, I also just stopped eating crazy desserts and everything that was in front of. And you know what I really stopped eating was my kids' leftovers on their plates. Yeah. Stop that.
Wait, did you stop drinking, or did you cut down on drinking too?
Way down. I'm having a glass of wine for the show, but aside from that, no, I'm not really.
For the antioxidants.
Yeah, it's listen, I'm going French, man. I'm doing the French way of life. I'm done. I'm going French, man. Have a glass of wine. I did dry you weekdays. Yeah, said Sean. Yeah.
Try you.
So what's the other three things? Because we got to fix Jason first and foremost.
Okay. I think Jason seems fine. Jason, you've got a lot going on, but
I would love to hear what that is.
Yeah, she means the stroke. She means you've got a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Right, but it's all temporary. Everything is temporary.
No, I'm pretty sure we have to keep the kids till they're 18. I think that's what state law.
Yeah, but they're only going to be 3-year-old twins once.
Unless you go to Mississippi.
In 2 weeks, they will be 4-year-old twins.
Exactly. And that's a whole other thing.
Dude, if you go to Mississippi, they're full adults by 11. And then you can just leave them. They're on their own.
Yeah, but then I have to go to Mississippi.
Yeah, that's a real problem.
I have to believe it. And I could be wrong about this. I shouldn't speak out of turn because I don't have twins. But I have to imagine I have found that the older my children get, they are easier on some level. Every year they get older. So I have to believe that gets multiplied by 2.
Yeah, but Kate, in the teenage years, we are screwed.
Oh, I know that part. I can't even. I have boys though. Don't you feel like that's my only saving grace?
No,
you're not going to have a dry tube sock in that house.
Well, that's fine. wank away. What? That's your body, your choice. Just do it privately. I will not be able to stand is that I do feel like daughters, their job is to hate their mothers from 12 to 18. And I'm not good.
Horrible human.
So Jamie's about to enter like a much different era for him because he has 2 girls.
Hannah will be 10 this year. Yeah. Karma. It's the karma police showing up to punish me for my.
But she's your clone in a lot of ways.
She is very
so
much my
funny,
clone.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Her, when you were like, she's making a house on Instagram, and you're like, who made this? She's like, I did. You're like, would you like to tell the truth now? She goes, my dad did. It was like,
well, I cut it. I cut the pieces, but she glued them together. And I kind of gave her the pieces and then said, you put this thing together like a model. But I cut the pieces to a model. Like,
hey, I want to thank Dave for the nice things he's saying about me.
I know Dave is like.
He's Dave Schrader. You may know him. He's been on pretty much every paranormal show.
TV's Dave Schrader.
He was on the Holzer Files. And
did you ever see Paranormal Activity?
I can't watch that kind of stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's the monster at the end.
Yeah, I can't.
He wasn't even in there.
Oh.
Dave is a fantastic guy. He's a great friend to me. He introduced Jamie and I together. That's kind of how this show came together, was through Dave Schrader.
He seems like a nice guy.
He's a fantastic guy.
He also, like, you want to talk about crazy stories. He has a story about finding, was it a daughter?
Yes.
He had a kid when he was 14 and he had no idea. And the girl was 18 and she was like, come on. And basically took advantage of him. And then 25, 30 years later, this girl came up and said, hey, you're my dad.
Shut up.
You shut up.
I wish we could. It's wild.
So we've talked that story so many times. And Dave, we love Dave. He's on our show all the time.
He's the best.
What was the second thing? I got to go back to these 3. I'm trying to get through these 3.
New thought. It's like quantum physics. It's like you've heard that the experiment they did.
I get vision board and I know the secret and the vision board.
But do you know that experiment they did with water, where they labeled the water with bad words and they labeled it with good words, and then they put it under the microscope and they saw the crystals and the water that people like talked down to and said bad words to, the crystals actually broke down, the molecules. But the water that people said nice things to, like the crystals were beautiful. You've never heard of this?
No.
I have heard of it.
And
thank you.
Is there somebody that guards the water?
It was like I'm butchering this story. If you Google it, you'll find it.
Because also Dave says they did the same with ice.
Well, that's what she's talking about with the crystals.
Wow.
Well, no, it was the water when but whatever. Yes. But that's also like, this stuff is real, and the way we talk about ourselves, the way we talk about other people, gossiping, the 4 agreements, it all matters.
Man.
Now I feel bad about some of the things I've said about myself.
Terrible about myself. I'm a horrible person. What is wrong with me, Jason? Can I don't even know if I can.
I can't deal with you, Kayla. I'm going through my own thing now.
Okay. I will tell you that what you're talking about is not an act, because I've hung with you many times at games, and that's exactly who Sabrina is. Like, they were like, "Oh, what's she like?" I go, "She's unbelievably nice. She's like the nicest person."
Wow. I don't think anybody's ever said I'm nice, but I'll take it.
You're putting nice thoughts into the universe, which is rare in this world, by the way.
When he said you were coming on the show to me, he said she's so nice. He did, and for him to say that kind of thing is usually pretty rare.
It was weird, yeah, because I've always talked about the people I've met in Hollywood. There's only a handful who are like super nice, right? Everyone else has a
Kobe Smulders. That's it.
Colby Smulders and Kyle Howard from My Boys was the 3 nice. Colby Smulders, I did How I Met Your Mother. I found out later she's Canadian, so it makes sense.
That makes sense.
She was arguably the nicest person I've ever met. And now you're in that list, Sabrina. So
but I'm Cuban from New Jersey, so it's like the odds are stacked against me.
Where in Jersey are you from?
North Jersey, Hasbrook Heights.
Okay, my husband's from Morristown area.
What?
Yes, he went to Watchung High.
Wow. I left when I was in 6th grade, but
okay. Well, there you go. That's really good.
Do you remember she was homeless at 17? Do you remember that part?
I brought it up. Sorry, I brought it up.
Do you want to bring up her high school years a little bit?
Listen. So, how fun was it to live in New York?
Prom on Times Square with some other homeless people. Did you guys? Did you share a can of beer in a brown bag? Is that?
I did have a guy. Really, this happened. He said that he said he was psychic. I swear, this is a true story. He said he was psychic and that he was going to take the breast cancer out of me because I was going to have breast cancer. But I was older. And so he was like, if you follow me, to this, like, maybe the back seat of your car. I'll take the breast cancer out. That really did happen. But look at me now.
No breast cancer.
No.
So he took it. So, I mean, is he like in the Harvard Medical Journal? That sounds like a really good.
I wish I could find him. He was on a motorcycle. So that could have been probably the first red flag. But yeah.
What did he do to you in the back seat of his car?
Mulligan, too far.
No, it's not.
I'm very concerned.
But like,
I mean, here's my guess. He gave her a full physical.
No, but I can't believe that I'm still alive in some of the stuff that, like, what was I couldn't even imagine if Olivia came home and told me that happened. I'd be mortified.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, what? And the fact that I fell for it, like, what?
Did at any point while it was happening, did you go, I don't think this is legit? Like,
yes. Like, a little too far into it. I was like, wait a minute. So
wait a minute.
David, Jobo says homie was David. He wanted a Copperfield. Dude,
David
joke
Copperfield.
of the night. That's joke of the night right there, Jobo.
Okay, but also Dave Schrader said something else that I feel like Sabrina's going to want to. Ever notice when you are in a bad mood in space, electronics don't work right? We influence our surroundings. When you are running on empty, you talk sweet to your car, and somehow it gets to the gas station. Kindness works even on inanimate objects. Okay, so is there no such thing as coincidence then?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
it's
interesting.
so weird because that's all I ever in my brain. They're like, so and so. Somebody died from this. Somebody barely survived that. And I'm just like, that's just math. There's billions of people and it's going to happen. And it's always about coincidence and logic and math. And so for me, I do think positivity breeds positivity.
Yeah.
But
we're magnets. We're all electric.
We are magnets. I agree with that. There's a force field.
Like, don't you know when you walk into like an even soccer practice or whatever, like you could feel people. Some people are off. Some people are like, you gravitate towards, like, because we are all energy.
I did have a woman.
I can see that. I agree with that.
When I was pregnant, I would get prenatal massages like once a week. I mean, I was like really going because I was so nervous because I had lost a baby before my first son. And so I was going, and she did this thing. She's like, I want to do some energy work with you. And I could not describe what she did, but it was
but
wild.
You felt it.
I felt like I was like, oh, she said, do you feel that? I'm like, well, how did you get me to, I was like levitating.
Okay.
And she's like,
really quick, Kate, that's called an enema. And Sabrina had brought it up earlier. Okay. Those are enemas.
I was also, in fairness, I was at CCD, so I should have.
No, you were okay. That's when you're like, oh, I feel like I'm floating. They go, oh, you're filling up from the enema.
Well, then if you want to hear the most,
it was Reiki. Yes, Joseph. Reiki. That was like Reiki. Yeah.
Yes. And she was like, da-da-da. But then I will also say that there was another woman. This is like, her name was La Mer. She does sound baths out here.
You mean the ocean? Her name was the ocean?
Her name was the ocean. And she was our prenatal yoga teacher, but then she did like a private sound bath for us. And she was like, she felt, this was my second baby. She like felt him. She was like, she said, oh, they're so sweet. And she asked, like, I didn't know the gender. And my friend asked, like, can you tell if it's a boy or a girl? She's like, I can. And then she told my friend privately because I didn't want to know. And she did know it was a boy.
Crazy. So she had a 50-50 shot and she got it? That's insane.
Jamie, stop it.
You can be cynical.
Don't ruin it.
But also, all I'm saying is he did end up being very, very sweet.
By the way, if La Mer, if you pronounce it differently, it's lamer.
It's lamer, yeah.
I'm just saying words. Mm-hmm.
Jamie, do you know that if you act like a curmudgeon all the time, people will think you're a curmudgeon?
I'm not a curmudgeon.
You're curmudgeon-esque.
I'm curmudgeon adjacent.
What do you always call him? You always call him Walter Matthau.
Walter Matthau, yeah, for sure.
He's one of my favorite actors of all time.
That's what you took from it.
Maybe that's what I took. Oh, it's not a compliment? I'm so confused.
No, it was.
So wait, I want to go back to the 3 things from Redesigning Life because
you have to look at what Dave Schrader just posted.
What did he right now?
Taylor, no kidding. In July of 2013, I posted on Facebook, setting the intention. Okay, universe, put me on the path to meet Bruce Springsteen. 3 years almost to the date I met Bruce Springsteen.
You stalked the guy, dude. Of course you met him.
Okay, you are.
I feel like Dave and I should have a podcast together.
I
honestly now Dave just put his vision board, meet Sabrina, and start a podcast. So you pull it back just a bit or two. Hey, there is one thing I wanted to chat about since we are you know what I love, because I'm the same. I'm a great judge of people. I feel like when I see people, like you said about going to a soccer thing and you see people, and there are certain people you gravitate towards and other people are like, don't even talk to that guy. Pam Anderson has a new book out. Speaking of another parent who, and she talks about Hollywood. Did anyone see all of her interviews lately?
No, but I really loved Pam.
You have not. You haven't seen Pam Anderson in the news constantly?
No, because I don't have the news. I've been watching Last of Us.
She talks stories about Tim Allen flashing her. Nobody?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it wasn't Tim Allen. Was it Tim Allen?
No, it was Tim Allen, yeah.
Hi,
here's the deal. It was her first.
I told you not to come in here. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Olivia, shoo, you're in the garage. Why isn't she in bed?
What a doll. Oh, my God, she's so cute. And capable and smart. I'm sure she's all of those things. I'm sorry, I only said cute.
You're capable, you're smart, you're nice, you're fun.
You're fun.
Well, it's just that Pam Anderson told a bunch. She's written this biography with tons and tons of stories, and each dude came out and said, that did not happen. And of course, everybody on earth is like, of course that happened. It happened exactly.
So people are backing her up.
I think so.
Good.
Wait, okay. Yeah, I heard that Tim Allen flashed her, but like, how did that happen?
So they were on set. They're going to shoot. He's in a robe. I've been on sets. It was the 90s. There's no way he didn't. I haven't flashed, but I've like mooned people. I would have flashed if I had a better equipment, but remember we used to moon people and do that. And instead of going, he said on our first day of work, he said, I seen you nude, so let's be even. And he flashed himself. And she told the story, and then he goes, that never happened. And what do you guys think? Did that happen?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm torn because it happened.
Yeah.
Of course. I don't want it to be true because he's Buzz Lightyear.
But also, she said it happened. That's
he's
all
not Buzz
that
Lightyear.
matters.
Tim Allen is absolutely Buzz Lightyear.
Listen, and also
I thought George Clooney was Buzz Lightyear.
Are you crazy? It's Tim
No,
Allen.
no, it's
Tim Allen, always.
Oh.
Does anybody?
Do you also think George Clooney was the lead of Home Improvement?
No, listen. Am I
Yes.
crazy?
Oh, okay,
No,
so
but
then
George
yes,
Clooney,
it was George
Clooney was on the Golden Girls.
Yes, he was. That was one of his first jobs. Absolutely true.
Yes,
so anyway, that's why this whole thing came about, because I actually worked with Pam Anderson on a pilot with George Clooney that he wrote for HBO called Kilroy that I was in with Frank Langella as an acting teacher. Clooney wrote it. Pam Anderson was our guest acting speaker for the pilot episode. Everyone's like, quit your day job. Here we go. And then I was back bartending like 10 days later. And so I worked with her for a week, and she was like, of course I'd seen her. I'd seen Playboy. I'd seen all the stuff. And then when she was on set, I wasn't a huge fan. I wasn't like, oh, she's shockingly gorgeous. But then you meet her and you're like, she's the nicest person on earth.
Canadian.
And she is shockingly.
Wait. I thought I was the nicest person on earth.
You're close. You are close. No, she's in the category with you guys. She was unbelievably sweet. And it was so funny because if you saw Pam and Tommy, I didn't know that the film had been stolen from them.
Yes,
back in the day.
Wild.
We thought they had released it deliberately for publicity. The poor woman. And so now she writes this book, and every guy, she said, Stallone came to her and said, I'm going to give you a condo and a car, and you're going to be my number one. And of course he says that never happened. Of course that happened. It happened. Of course that happened. Verbatim. Yes, of course it happened.
Here's the thing she has going in her favor. She's got very nuanced stories about a variety of people, it sounds like. Yeah. If you've just got one thing about one person, I guess people could doubt you more. But you can't make up nuanced things about 52 people.
She was Marilyn Monroe of the era. She was that famous. She was that famous. She said that my favorite's the Jack Nicholson story. She comes out and she says, She was in the Playboy Mansion. She went to the bathroom and she looks over in the corner and Jack Nicholson's with 2 women. And she says she helped Jack Nicholson finish with 2 women because he and her caught eyes in the mirror. And he looked at her eyes in the mirror and finished with the 2 girls in the corner. And then he said to Pam Anderson, he goes, "Thanks, darling, for helping me finish." And of course, Jack never answered, but that happened. It's so specific.
I have questions. Questions.
Yeah. Yes.
How does that happen? Like, what are you doing in that mirror? Like,
it's a big bathroom. The Hollywood. Have you ever been to the Playboy? I've been to the Playboy Mansion. I went for a crazy party for Robot Chicken, and it's just weird alcoves and weird giant things. And so she went in the bathroom.
But she must have known they were there. She must have heard there was action happening in the bathroom.
It didn't seem like it. I don't know. It's the 70s. James Caan was probably somewhere nude doing. I don't know. But my question is about the era.
Can he put that on his vision board? He wants to know if he can put that specific scenario.
It's literally my only vision on the vision board. It just was such a different era that I'm kind of, although she was so powerful as a woman, it is nice that nowadays it's just so different because when somebody says, "Oh, somebody flashed me," back in the day, we flashed people like in college and high school. We flashed all the time.
Yeah.
We were streaking. We did crazy stuff. And nowadays, if you flash, it's a sex crime almost or something. And I don't know if it's, I don't know if we swung too far.
I'm not willing to slip down with you, Kayla, because I think there are some instances that I don't think we're she's not saying Tim Allen streaked at a football game she was at.
No, I know.
Was she offended by it? Did it
I think she was, at the time she was probably shocked and oh my gosh. But I remember sets back in the 90s where people just did crazy. And it was more of I guess. But now it's funny because she says, she was she was taken aback by the whole thing and being offended by it.
Well, if you're Pam Anderson, you don't need to see any more. You're already being offered plenty. You don't need to see the ones you didn't ask to see.
Did you guys see Pam and Tommy? Did you see it?
Yes.
No, I never saw it.
Oh, it's so good.
Really good.
It is.
It's really good.
Seth Rogen's actually really good.
Rogen's really good. He's the guy who steals the tape.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So the whole
story
is that
so bad for her and want to hug her. I felt so bad for her after that show that I never felt in the 90s because I didn't understand what had happened.
Yeah. That Tommy hadn't paid this guy that was working on their house. So the guy broke back in to get his tools back and also then stole their safe, stole stuff.
Wait, but then how does he can't they sue him and stop the distribution?
You have to watch it. They tried.
You have to watch it. They tried.
I'm not going to watch it, so just tell me what happens.
The cat's out of the bag. They can't get it back. But what they can do, they can't monetize it because if they make money from it, then it's their possession. So somebody finally... it's everywhere and it's free and she can't stop it. And some guy comes to her and he says, "Listen, if you sell it to me, then I can sell it online, but only the people who pay for it can get it. It won't be free online anymore." And so she sells it to him for nothing, specifically to make it so it can't be everywhere. They can shut down the sites where it's free. That's how crazy the internet is.
That's so nuts.
It's so nuts. You have to, the story's amazing.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a really good lesson for, I was talking to somebody else, they had the 10-year-old had a phone and they were sharing photos through some crazy app that it looks like a calculator, but you open the calculator and it's actually a photo sharing app.
And it's like the new thing that kids are hiding their stuff in high school, right?
Yeah. So she was kind of the guinea pig that set this whole thing ablaze of hey, man, you shoot a photo, it's forever. Even if it's in your safe, they stole the safe, then cut the safe open.
Yeah, that's what it was. They stole the safe. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they didn't know it was in there. I mean, according, they didn't actually know. It was one of those, the little DV.
Yeah.
Whatever those tapes were. So, he took it to his buddy. Yeah. He took it to his buddy who owned, a porn shop.
And the guy knew immediately, and he put it in the tape, and he played it, and he goes, holy cow. And it was just a fluke that the guys who stole the safe also knew the internet, and they knew what to do with it. It's the craziest historic. I mean, it is ground zero for the future of the internet. Like, that was the first one where somebody was like, holy cow, it's out there. I can't, and she couldn't pull it back. The poor woman, she's got kids. She's married to this guy. She can't pull it back. And it just keeps going and spreading like wildfire. And each time it starts to quell, and she's like, oh, nobody knows it anymore. And everyone's like, no, everyone has seen that. She's on set, and the grips are all watching it in the truck.
Joseph,
so funny.
Jobo, when I was
in high school, if you wanted boobs on your calculator, it was 58008, and you turn it upside down. Boom.
I do that.
That's all there is to it. It's the best.
I mean, Sabrina, when you were younger, I mean, I'm so intrigued by, I don't remember being a creepy guy, but I remember, like, I bartended for so many years that I remember creepy guys in the bar.
There are creepy guys all the time. There's still creepy guys.
All the time. Where they would pinch somebody's ass in the bar, and I go, dude, don't do that. And then he would literally turn to me and go like, no, dude, they like it. And I go, I don't think they do, brother. I don't think they do.
Just, no. I'm going to go ahead and speak for all women.
Yes.
On the entire earth. We do not like it.
No.
Please don't do that. Yeah.
Troy. And that's why I don't make sex tapes. Definitely the only reason. Definitely. Kayla, I feel like there's a thing that we can't teach, and it's like it's very hard to explain, but like, you worked in a bar. You knew when a woman was interested in closing out the shift with you. Like, you knew if a woman was hanging out, like, that you were going to get lucky. There's like a way to know that.
There would be.
And it never starts with you pinching her ass without her permission.
Never once. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
As a general rule of thumb, that's the case.
Yeah. And exactly.
I'm always amazed when a guy goes up to a girl, and then I would see it at the bar, and then the girl would go like, oh, hey, and they would be so polite. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm not really interested. I have somebody. I'm chatting with my friend. And instead of the guy going like, hey, man, yeah, absolutely, no worries. I took a shot or whatever, they'd get offended and be like, well, blank you. Like, they get so angry and be like, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I would see human dynamics so much in the bar of people hitting on each other, which I don't know if that happens much anymore, because everybody I know dates online.
Yeah. You don't even go meet people at bars anymore. You meet them on Raya.
I was going to say, Sabrina, are you on Raya?
I was.
What's Raya?
It's like it's like a very you have to get into the stadium.
You have to get into the system. It's I believe it's very Hollywoody. It's got a little,
but it's actually not. I mean, there are some Hollywood people on there, but there's like a lot of non-Hollywood people. I mean, I'm on there. I'm not Hollywood.
Oh, I think you're Hollywood. No.
Oh, you're Hollywood, baby. You're Hollywood.
I don't mean demeanor, but I mean, like, that is your profession is within the entertainment.
But there's a lot of people who aren't in the profession on there too.
Okay.
So is it like a loyal order of a Moose Lodge or something where you have to be like let in?
Well, it's weird, and then it also matches you up with people from all over the world, and I'm like, I don't really care about Pablo in like Switzerland. Like, that's not going to help me. What's that going to do?
Really good cover up on almost saying Argentina.
That's really funny.
She's like, I don't care about Pablo Escobar in Bolivia. What? Who's just Switzerland? I just don't like white people. Just want to be really
Colombia.
Clear.
He was in Colombia.
Colombia. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You're just naming South American countries.
Yeah, it was very cute what just happened,
because it really was a Pablo in Argentina, and I was like, "What?
What is it like?" This might be too personal. What is it like to date with, with a kid? Must be.
It's not easy.
No, it's got to be much harder.
Yeah, it is. Actually, whatever you guys do not leave your significant others. Like, stay in it. Stay in it.
But is that really something? Do you really wish that you were still in that?
No, I was just kidding. Yeah, no. What Jamie was saying earlier, like, honestly, my life is more, it's harder because I'm doing everything by myself, but
yes,
I don't have to worry about another person fighting with me about the way I do it, or, you know, like getting there okay. Are you okay with me doing this? It's like, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, I raised Olivia. Thank God, again, Steve and I get along, but we are on the same page about parenting. But I just do whatever. I live my life with Olivia. It's just easier.
yeah. Oh, it's so sweet.
Sounds easier.
Are you still
trying?
trying?
But it's lonely. It's lonely.
Yeah.
Is lonely bad? Is lonely bad?
No, I really like spending time by myself.
You know what I
but
don't
you guys
enjoy?
Stay with your marriages.
I don't enjoy the end of the night when I'm like, let's watch this. And then my wife's like, well, can't we just watch? I can't, like, we don't like the same shows whatsoever.
Yeah, so I get to watch my Golden Girls and Frasier anytime I want.
Oh my God, that's what my wife wanted to watch. She wanted to watch Golden Girls and Friends and Sex and the City. I was like, I get it.
Just send her over here.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I was gonna say you guys should have TV night. That's funny.
Jamie, I was waiting for another sweeping generalization about wives. Don't you hate it when the wives don't let you watch what you want to watch?
I feel like
I love that he suddenly is now Andrew Dice Clay.
Hey, hickory dickory dock. My wife won't bounce on my what?
I don't feel like this show is gonna help me whatsoever. I feel like this show has fallen south.
Thank you, Joseph.
I got you back, pal.
My wife's out of town for a week. My wife's at a crazy party right now, by the way. They're all dressed up like it's at one of those conventions with their company, and
is she in Vegas?
She's going to Vegas for the weekend, but she's in Dallas right now.
I feel like she's always in Texas. Is that where the company is?
Or her significant other. I don't know. Something's in Texas.
The men in Texas are hot.
They are super hot. Please. I tell her, I go, listen, just make sure he's rich. That's all I care about at this point. Please, for the love of God.
Bless your soul.
It's all good, man. Listen, I'm with you. I am kind of
You're so lucky. I know your wife. I don't, Jason, I'm sure your wife's fantastic, and Kate, I'm sure your partner's fantastic.
I am fantastic. Thank you.
Define lucky again really quickly.
She is fantastic.
She's great.
So lucky.
I married her. I know. She's very. Yes, there's some good traits there.
My wife is lovely. She had a bad hand handed to her.
Literally.
Are you the hand?
I didn't cause the stroke. The kids did.
Didn't you? You impregnated her, and
allegedly.
If you go back to the beginning, patient zero, it really is kind of your fault.
She's tried that though, where she's like, "Well, they look like you. All babies look like me."
That's true. Wait, did we ever get to the 3 different things from the podcast?
We did. We went through everything.
No, I didn't. No.
If anybody has any
unanswered
questions,
what was the second one?
It was new thought, law of attraction.
Wait, we never went through law of attraction. What is law of attraction?
Yes, we did. Are you even on this podcast? Yes, we did.
I'm not here tonight. This my.
Can she be our fourth?
As soon as you made the first joke at his expense, it threw him.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, I'm out of sorts tonight. I'm so disarray. That's crazy. Also, I'm 15 pounds lighter, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little woozy.
I thought you did look different, but I thought it was like the lighting and the black.
Listen, the lighting's been set appropriately to highlight my cheekbones. There's no two ways about that. But
you look great. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Sabrina.
You really do. It's really annoying.
Thanks, Jason.
Jason, that was me like getting back on his good side.
I know.
I was happy when you took the shot, to be quite honest.
Sabrina, have you had to deal with, and not to put a piece of anxiety in your way if it's not already been there, but another woman coming into your daughter's life?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Cool. That's not on your vision board. We're going to go ahead and guess.
Not yet, but that's going to be, I don't even know how that's going to be.
Yeah. That's the one thing that always, when I've thought about it, like, God, what if this went south? And I think like the hard thing for me would be another woman in the boys' lives.
I mean, I would think that I'm mature enough. I would think like as long as she treated Olivia well,
right?
But like stepmoms, like they get, sometimes you just never know.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Kate.
Yeah, sorry.
I think women in general, you just never know. I think those are great words.
Yeah, you're right. It's only women. You're right.
I cannot tell you how happy I am. She's
pummeling me. I'm getting absolutely destroyed tonight,
It's
Mulligan.
what I always try to do, which is just annihilate you. And I'm successful like 50%.
Came in with kid gloves too. I should have come in ready to murder, and I didn't.
So, will I see you guys next Tuesday?
I can't. Sorry. I'm out.
And that
You're
wasn't me calling you guys cunts.
You're officially taking my place on the show.
Oh, I got in so much trouble every time I used to drop that.
And then I am going to have to go back and cut it out. But
I'm sorry.
Fine. It's fine.
No,
by the way, I'll make it easy. A big clap. You'll know where to edit.
Yeah.
That's a
pro. I replaced all those words with just dolphin sounds.
That's how I raise my arms in triumph. That's what. That's how you know.
That I wasn't allowed to say bad words. You have to tell me that.
You can say bad words. We don't care.
Oh,
I mean, Jason will have to edit it out, but I don't care.
Okay.
And he doesn't care because he doesn't have to do it.
No, I don't.
Right. Sorry.
Dave Schrader.
Oh, you're fine. I don't care.
Dave Schrader's wife is here. Winifred Schrader. Winnie Schrader. I'm a stepmom to 8, thanks to Dave.
Yeah, Dave has like 13 kids. The dude.
Wow. Actually, I'm pretty sure he has.
Clap and blank went well. Yeah.
I think he has 8. I think it's 8. I think the number is 8.
8 kids.
All right, listen. I have to deal with I have to deal with Tooth Fairy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh yeah, glitter. You need glitter and a $2 bill.
$2 bill. Do you have a $2 bill? I don't have a $2 bill.
I just recycled the one I put under her pillow last time.
We fucked up. Our very first one was in the middle of the pandemic.
Olivia's a real idiot. Wow.
And we had no money in the house when Hannah's first tooth came out. We only had $20 bills. So she got a $20 bill.
You're an idiot.
Or is me? What the? Yeah. I told you I don't have direct
glitter from the window to her bed. Like the Tooth Fairy walked over. Gave her $2.
I do that with the Easter Bunny. I put flower footprints in the backyard.
They still believe in the Easter Bunny? Just kidding.
Wait, you saying the Easter Bunny is not real? Hold on.
What?
Jamie, just have Larry the Cable Guy, because he played the Tooth Fairy in the movie. Just have him do a video for her.
Yeah, I'll do that. I was thinking about having one of the neighbors write the thing, because I can't write.
Write with your left hand.
I'm gonna have to write with my wife. I have to write like little prissy. I gotta write like a prissy.
Do you know what's
Jamie? Can you do that thing where you upload a sample of the handwriting and it makes the font?
Oh, wait, hold on. No, wait. There's online. You could just Google letter from Tooth Fairy. Oh,
I think we're okay. You
can Google letter from Tooth Fairy, and they have them already made.
Boom.
You could just print it. Do you have a printer? Tell me you have a printer. Am
I living in the 1400s? I got a printer.
Yes. Honestly, ask the question again. Yes. I don't know where you are. You're in a dungeon somewhere. Yes. We don't know what year you're living in.
But I'm just warning you. There are a lot of teeth in somebody's mouth. You can't keep doing this letter thing every time. You know what I mean? No. Like, I think we should really reassess.
Ration them.
Just like letting it go now.
Yep.
I know.
You're reinforcing the habit and the tradition.
But here's the problem. It has to be, because my wife's out of town.
Yeah.
It has to be continued tonight, or they'll know, because there's a change in the pattern because my wife's not here. So I have to. It'll actually be a great sell if I maintain that pattern when she's not here. Then they'll go, oh well, maybe it is real.
Okay.
It would be amazing if your letter was like, it would be amazing if the letter was like, well, this is goodbye forever. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sabrina, what I'm saying is, I'm going to spin over to your house about an hour. I need you to have a fully written letter, perfectly set up to Claire.
My gate's locked.
Oh no, I can climb gates, please. Don't worry
Jamie,
about it.
Hop on Raya. Somebody will do it for you there.
That's true. I'm gonna join Raya tonight.
Ooh, oh my God.
There's been some, I guess Affleck was a Raya. Matt Perry was on Raya.
I believe my friend Mark Ellis, who Jamie also knows, who is the greatest human on the planet, who is a stand-up comedian, is on Raya. But also, I just would love to introduce you if you are
he
interested.
cute though?
Here we go.
Yes. Can I
Sabrina,
tell you?
I love Mark. He's a comic. I'm gonna stop you right there.
But you know what he wants? Independence. Do you want a couple with somebody? Like, do you really want somebody on your or do you like your alone time?
I like my alone time.
That's what he wants.
They all say that. That's what they all say.
Does he look like Paul Walker?
No.
Oh no.
He's gonna.
Is that your? Okay.
I want Paul Walker, but like alive.
Okay. Do you like Katie Lang? Because he looks like Katie Lang.
I like Paul Walker, but alive. Wow.
He is.
Yeah. You lost me at Katie.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. Can I ask you a question about is it just me? Do you have an unhealthy obsession with Harry Styles, or is that just me?
That's just
I do too.
Cool. Oh, you too? Okay, perfect.
If I could be anyone, I think I might be Harry Styles.
I just feel like, and everyone's going to skewer me for this. I feel like he's got the same androgyny that Prince had. I feel like he's got that sex appeal. Like, I feel like all
he's very Bowie. I think he's Bowie, more
Bowie too. Yes. Bowie's a better example. Yeah. You're right.
He's a little Mick Jagger too.
Yes.
Very much. He's a rock star.
Anyway,
He's got, Steven Tyler.
He's a rock star.
Yeah. When people he's wearing a dress and I go, yeah, you know why? Because he's a rock star. He can wear a hefty trash bag. He's
whatever you want. But he looks so good in that dress and his big pearls. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'm not into that, but good for you, Kate.
Thank you. He's going on my vision board.
That's not your type? Do you like him rough and you're an HGTV.
I don't like
you
I don't like
a guy with a
girly
hammer
boys.
and a tool belt. You like tool belts?
Yeah, but I don't like guys who wear pearls. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
I just want a guy that doesn't wear pearls and has a job.
Job's the important part. Yeah. Is he on the vision board? Is the guy on the vision board?
It just says true love, best romantic partner.
Oh, I was going to say true love could just be Olivia. Like the vision board's just going to be like your daughter is your true love.
No, it says best romantic partner.
Can we see the rest of the vision board or is it private?
No.
Okay.
No, you can't see it.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm gonna make one.
I'm making one too, man. We're gonna make one.
I think
keep me posted.
I think
mine's gonna be it's gonna be like me golfing and then me sleeping and then me watching TV and then
I would just like one of you smiling, Kayla. Could you just do one? You just
Look,
a little happy.
Right
there you are. There he is. Do you remember that part of Hook? There you are, Peter. You remember that?
It's an act.
You guys are fun.
An act, Mulligan. I couldn't be happy. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I've got to go put Olivia to sleep.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I'm here by myself. I have to go do that.
Yes.
We already went 20 minutes too long. All right. Hey, listen, everybody.
But that's a compliment, though. Thank you. If you guys went over, that means I was.
Yeah, we went over.
I'm going to say the thing that the guy, I'm going to actually take us out here because I got to tell you, Sabrina, you've been a true treat and a treasure. And I will say that you, this is the best compliment I can give you. You actually do not have to be as funny and nice as you are because you're actually so attractive that it's actually what makes you even more attractive is that you have no concept of how gorgeous you are. You could walk all over everyone and still get anywhere you want in life. So the fact that you work hard for it, that you're kind, that you put positive energy out there. Thank you on behalf of all of us. You're amazing.
Oh my gosh, Kate, wait, whoever's editing this, send me that clip. I'm going to put that on Raya. And that I'm just like, just that clip I'm going to put on Raya, right? I mean, I'll cut.
Yeah, I got you. I can cut it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't remember a guest beating me more.
Yeah, you really annihilated him.
She pummeled me. She pummeled me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
No, you're
She's gonna have to come back because I'm gonna have to. I have to redeem myself.
I want to have her back every Tuesday. Is that possible?
Every Tuesday.
I'll see you next Tuesday. I'm not gonna say anything else, Jason.
From the garage.
Leave it there.
I'll send you the link.
All right, for Jason Gowan, Kate Mulligan, myself, Jamie Kaler, our esteemed guest Sabrina Soto. Go find her podcast, Redesigning Life, and they can find that wherever.
Yep, wherever, and me on Instagram, Sabrina.
Way big.
Find me.
And that's it. We'll see you guys next week here in the Parents Lounge. Love you all.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.